Well, revenue growth is seen at 21% at 70,974 crore rupees. We're expecting a profit of 1,500 crore rupees versus an adjusted loss that the company incurred worth nearly 1,100 rupees in the first quarter last year. We're looking at an EBITDA growth of 49% at 7,416 crore rupees. Margins also on a year-on-year basis could expand to 10.4% versus 8.5% as per our poll. Now, apart from the revenue growth, what we're also expecting is a slight contraction in the margins on a sequential basis. This is primarily because of high RM costs and also because seasonality plays a huge role in JLR's performance, and that is something that could weigh in on the margins front. For standalone businesses, we saw a very strong volume growth of over 60%, and that is something that is going to aid the revenue growth there, and even the richer product mix, because there have been higher amount of M&HCV volumes which were sold and increased volumes of high-priced passenger vehicles also, which could aid the overall performance when it comes to the standalone business. Talking about JLR, we're expecting a margin of 10.5%. The revenues are seen at 5,530 million euros. So that is the number that we're looking at for JLR. Margins on a sequential basis could decline. Like I said, seasonally Q4 is a very strong quarter for the company. Q1 therefore relatively is a weaker one. See good growth in the year-on-year margins, however, because of lowering commodity costs. We also expect a forex, rather a hedged forex loss of 150 million pounds there. It will be important to watch out for some guidance from the management on the demand trends for JLR. Do remember last quarter they did not offer any plan or any indicative commentary on JLR and the outlook for key markets. Update on new launches should be watched out for, impact of forex hedge loss, and also update on the Chery JV and the CV business outlook overall is something to keep an eye out for.